All right, what is up, everybody? We decided to do another recording this week versus a live stream, or attempting the live stream again, because that just did not go well last week. So doing our 25.2, which is 22.3 workout breakdown, 21 pull-ups, 42 double unders, 21 thrusters, 95-65, 18 chest to bar, 36 double unders, 18 thrusters, 115, 85, and then 15 bar muscle ups, 30 double unders, and 15 thrusters at 135, 95.
The weights are actually they're different. They're 115.75 and 135.85.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Was it like that last time? Had to have been.
Yeah.
Women getting it.
That's a big advantage.
Yeah. Well, not to try and create a battle of the sexes here, but so Griffin, what are kind of some of your first thoughts here?
If you're looking at trying to compete in the workout, your workout is the round of 15 bar muscle up. So you're like at that side is how do you manage? If you watch the live stream, Emily broke her bar muscle ups, but she was also a minute off the best female pace in the world.
Right.
And that was also from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I would assume some girls will go faster.
Yeah.
Really, like, it's being able to manage your energy system up until that set of 18 thrusters into the 15 bar muscle ups, being able to, if you can go unbroken and push through that final set and just kind of eat the last set of thrusters, which hurts. But for most people that are going to be attempting this workout, it's learning on how do you just manage your pacing through that 18, 15, because that's where you're going to lose the most time.
Right. Yeah, I think you got to kind of look at this workout in two different ways. There's pacing to complete it, and you could even throw in pacing to complete it in your best time, which I would categorize that around the 9 to 11 minute mark, along with finishing under the 12-minute time cap, and then pacing to race. And some of the notes that we have here for like pacing to complete, you got to have set rest intervals. You should be breaking it up from the beginning. And then you should also have a plan for when you get into the bar muscle ups, but also be prepared for that plan to change, because it's probably going to feel way worse than you're anticipating if you have not done this workout before. And so what we mean by that is break from the beginning. Maybe you're going 7-7-7 on the pull-ups. You can probably do the double unders unbroken. It's not going to create that much fatigue. And then maybe 7-7-7 on the thrusters as well. Chest to bar, 6-6-6. Double unders unbroken, 6-6-6. And then have a game plan for the bar muscle-ups. So what we mean by that, maybe it's 3 reps every 30 seconds. So that'd be 6 a minute. Gets you done in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If that's kind of your limiter, is the bar muscle ups. If it's the thrusters, maybe you have a plan for the thrusters, 3 reps every 30 seconds, 5 reps every 30 seconds, something like that. But have a plan for those and try and stick to that plan as best as possible. More than likely, you'll get, if you're holding the 3 reps every 30 seconds, you'll get to the set of 9 or get 9 done. And then it's like survival mode for the last 6 reps. So trying to figure out how to get that done as best as possible. But that's kind of how you work to complete the workout, is having your set rest times, having, set times that you're going to be attacking the workout or attacking your next set at. So maybe it's 7 pull-ups, rest 10 seconds. I know that seems like a long time. 7 pull-ups, rest 10 seconds, 7 pull-ups, rest 10 seconds. That actually finishes your pull-ups in under a minute. Hit your 40 double unders, less than 20 seconds. And then same thing with the thrusters, 7, rest 10, 7, rest 10, 7, rest 10. That should get you done in under 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the first one, which is still moving very fast for this workout. So yeah, that's kind of what we mean by have a plan. Obviously, you have your coach. So your coach can help you come up with that and game plan for that. But that's kind of what we mean by have a plan if you're pacing to complete this workout.
Yeah, I would tell anyone that's looking at this workout and goes, I cannot do 15 bar muscle ups. Do not do your thrusters or your pull-ups or chest to bar unbroken.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay? Don't do that.
You mean 15 unbroken, right? 15 unbroken bar
Yes.
muscle-ups? Yeah.
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 If you can't do that unbroken, do not do. You can do the double unders unbroken, but don't do anything else unbroken.
Right. Right.
Don't do it.
Yep. Okay, and then pacing the race, we're looking for this one as choose your breaks. So, again, like Griff said, that 15-15 is the round where you either make or break this workout. So, if you guys were watching the live stream, you saw the girls break, I think, two times for Sydney and then one time for Emily on the bar muscle-ups and the thrusters. But then they were, like, right back up on the bar. And they went unbroken. So what you have to understand is like their capacity is so high that they're not really experiencing fatigue until they start getting to the bar muscle ups in that workout. And 5 reps into the bar muscle ups is where they're starting to experience fatigue in the workout. It's a lot of fatigue, but they're also able to recover from that fatigue quickly because they have such high capacities. So they can kind of push the pace and be aggressive, think about it like they can come out at an 800-meter run pace and then slog their way through the rest of the workout because they have great anaerobic systems, they have good lactate thresholds, they have good aerobic systems, they have high capacity on both thrusters and chest to bar, good muscle endurance on the shoulders. More than likely, you have a deficiency in one of those areas. And if you come out at an 800-meter pace, if you're trying to race in this workout, you're going to blow up, and that's going to cause you to add an extra 2 minutes onto your time. So keep that in mind as choose your breaks intelligently. You can break in this workout, honestly, quite a bit and still be able to attack that round of 15. Yeah. So
like literally that, because everyone's going to be able, like, competitively, everyone can do the pull-ups fine. If you decide to break those, it's not, what, you're going to break 3 seconds?
Right.
You're fine. That does not put you behind. When you break up bar muscle-ups, it's always a long break.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do a short break unless you're dropping and doing a single or something.
Right.
But you're going to break long. It's a minimal 10-second break,
mm-hmm.
right? So if that's the case, if you're going to break early on so that you can be consistent there, you're going to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you know how long 15 bar muscle ups takes you fresh,
mm-hmm.
right? Let's assuming you're not going unbroken. How close to that time can you be? So that allows, if you look at going to the pull ups, go ahead and break those. If you want to go 7-7-7, that's 2 breaks. That's 6 extra seconds of rest. Perfect. Not going to put you that far behind. It's still under that 10-second break on your bar muscle up.
Mm-hmm.
The thrusters, obviously, most people, this is where you're going to expend most of your energy early on. So be smart on how you break that. But this one, you can't step away from the bar. You'll be fine. Just decide what your break time is.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Early on, you feel good. Chest to bar, same kind of thing. Consistent break here. If you're doing your sets of 6, that's fine. If you're going a little bit bigger, this is where I would probably advise being a little more on the safe side. You can be maybe more aggressive on the pull-ups because they're easier.
Mm-hmm.
But the chest to bar, be a little smarter. The thrusters for that set of 18 is going to gas you a little bit more than you think going into your bar muscle ups.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I would say don't go unbroken to go unbroken. If you're like, I'm doing all these thrusters unbroken and you're reaching like a fatigue point of like, this is really bad, I would put the bar down before that rep hits.
Yeah.
Because you're going to take way too long to get up to the bar to do bar muscle ups.
Mm-hmm.
You got to also think like the break between the thrusters and actually starting your bar muscle ups is a break.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to manage that. A lot of people are going to wait 30 seconds
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when you shouldn't be. But if you planned out breaks earlier on, you'll probably be able to just kind of walk over, quick chalk, set yourself and go.
Right.
So like that part that's where the workout is completely bottlenecked and separated.
Yep. Yeah, and whenever you get into the elite athlete of a sport, it becomes breaking through bottlenecks, and this one is the bottleneck is the 15-15. And so, if you're in that kind of moderate like if you're going to be like 6 minutes to 7:30 on this workout, you need to be smart about planning the breaks ahead of time so that you can attack the 15, not be dead on the 15. And that's kind of like you pacing for the bottleneck versus you being able to just suffer through it and slog through it like the ladies on the live stream.
Yeah, because the other thing is if you do hit complete failure at bar muscle ups, you have thrusters that are heavy.
Yeah, right.
After. And
right.
like that also, we're kind of like talking through this. If the 135 for the guys is going to be a lot heavier than the 85 for the girls, but if you're looking at that and you start doing sets of 2 or 3, you're in trouble.
Which I saw in 22.3. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that's that last piece, and like we're talking like it's a cakewalk to finish the workout. It's not. Like the girls had to break there.
Right. Yeah.
So just also understanding, get through your bar muscle ups, but also not reaching full fatigue to where you redline, because then that means if you start broken at the beginning with breaks, it will help you all the way through the back half of this workout.
Yep. Yeah. So I think just some like small notes here. Fast double unders. If you saw Emily versus Brooke, Emily actually took a pretty significant lead on her double unders because her rep speed was so much faster. She had small hops. Her rope was moving way faster. So if you are kind of like in that 5:30 to 4:30 range or 4 minutes to 5:30 range, you're going to have to be quick on your double unders. So creating a smaller jump will help you out there. I actually think if Brooke, or did I say Brooke or Sydney? I think I said Brooke before. Yeah. Whoops. Same. Well, I actually think if Sydney had a faster cadence on her double unders, she would have been able to catch Emily at the end because they would have been a little bit closer getting to the final bar. She would have probably gotten there another 10, 15 seconds earlier. And she had she tripped on her last set of double unders as well. But keep the double unders fast. For the round of 40, it's less than 20 seconds of work that you're doing. For the round of 36, less than 18 seconds of work. So keep them fast. Small jumps, spin that rope quickly, but don't forget to breathe on them. Big thing on the thrusters is make sure that you are breathing and don't try and control your breath. I think a lot of people get into the trap of like thinking about, okay, on the way up, I exhale. On the way down, I inhale. That's actually forcing you to control how you're breathing on a movement, and it'll create a bunch of fatigue signals in your body and a bunch of fatigue, excess CO2, lack of oxygen, whatever it might be. Let your body breathe naturally without holding your breath on the thrusters, especially for the 95. For people who are trying to race in this workout, you don't need to hold your breath on the 95. Press up on that bar a little bit, get it more in the arms. It'll allow you to breathe a little bit better. On the 135, 85, it's just get it done. If you have to breathe for that because it is, or like hold your breath for that because it is a little bit heavier, it's understandable. But the 95 and the 115, if you're racing, figure out how to breathe on those reps because that's going to save you a ton of transition time coming back to either the chest to bars or the bar muscle ups, allowing you to jump back up on that bar quicker.
Yeah. Outside of that, this workout is one of those you'll do it twice and you'll probably do a lot better the second time.
Yeah.
Just because you'll know what it feels like and you know where I should probably break a little slower at the beginning to be faster at the end.
Yeah. I always try and tell people, take your first attempt conservative because you can always speed up on your second attempt.
Yep.
If you take your first attempt too fast, you're not going to know what conservative is. And so there's no real wiggle room at that point in time. Yep. So take it a little conservative, but we're still wanting you to be aggressive on it. We're not trying to tell you to go, 80% on this work on the first attempt. Still a 90% effort, but maybe take a little bit more breaks than you're wanting. Like break up into 3 sets, 2, 3 each set, and then maybe come back and be like, okay, I'm going to take a little bit bigger risk this time, and I'm going to try and go 2 sets on my pull-ups and chest to bar and see how the 3 sets on the bar muscle-ups feel. But that first conservative attempt will allow you to come up with a better strategy in that second time around.
Yeah, and I mean you can redo this workout. I wouldn't do it the next day, but wait a couple of days. But this is a very good one also to learn more about yourself as an athlete with all your training you've probably been doing, to see like when you test like what is my capacity like now. But start out smart and then retest overly aggressive.
Yeah. Yep. So get in a good score and then be aggressive on that second one. So if you've done this before, make sure you check your previous score. Go watch your previous video. get a good rundown. I know I didn't give anybody this tester leading up into the open. I don't know if you gave it to anybody. So go back, rewatch your video, check your score out so you kind of have an idea of what you're doing. Make sure you guys set up to the standard. They do have requirements for the standard barbell distance and barbell distance away from the pull-up rig. I believe where your double under needs to be as well. So keep that in mind. The way that they had it set up, I think, was a little bit further than what you needed. So probably their times will be a little bit inflated because of that, just because of the transitions. So, yeah, make sure you set up the standards correctly. People are jumping on the Hiller train and trying to snipe as many people as they possibly can for standards this year. So, whatever, communism, I guess. So yeah, just make sure you're moving the barbells to standard, getting back behind whatever lines you need to get behind, etc. So, you got anything else?
No.
Cool.
Should be a fun one.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. As always, reach out if you have any questions. Please like and subscribe. We'll be doing one more of these next week, and then we'll be prepping for age group and in-person affiliate semifinals. So, cool. Good luck, guys.